What happens to auto loans and leases during divorce? Hi, I'm Tim Blankenship with Divorce661.com. When you're going through a divorce, one of the key financial questions that often comes up is, what happens to the car? If you and your spouse have auto loans or leases, it's important to understand how those obligations are handled and how to protect your credit and financial future in the process. First, determine whether the vehicle is owned or leased and whose name is on the title and the loan or lease agreement. In California, vehicles acquired during the marriage, regardless of whose name is on the paperwork, are generally considered community property. That means both the vehicle and any related debt or lease responsibility are subject to division. If the vehicle is financed, your divorce agreement should clearly state who will keep the car and who will be responsible for the loan. Ideally, the person keeping the vehicle will refinance it into their name only. This removes the other party from the loan and ensures they aren't financially liable if payments are missed. Until that refinance is completed, both parties are still legally responsible, regardless of what your divorce judgment says. If the vehicle is leased, similar rules apply. The spouse keeping the lease should take over the payments, and the lease company must be notified. In many cases, the lease cannot be transferred without the lender's approval, so it's important to work with the leasing company early in the process. If neither party wants to keep the vehicle, you'll need to explore early termination options or a lease buyout, which can come with fees. We recently worked with a client whose ex agreed to keep the car and take over the loan, but never refinanced. Months later, when payments were missed, the creditor came after our client. We helped her enforce the judgment and push for the refinance, but the situation caused credit damage that could have been avoided with earlier action. At Divorce 661, we help ensure that your divorce settlement includes enforceable terms for dividing cars, loans, and leases. And we guide you through the follow-through process so nothing slips through the cracks. If you're concerned about how your vehicle loan or lease will be handled during your divorce, visit Divorce661.com to schedule your free consultation. We'll help you divide these responsibilities the right way, protect your credit, and keep your post-divorce finances on track.